Hello everyone, in this lesson I'll explain the REST API. So REST API or RESTful API is a web service, but not necessarily, that follows REST principles. REST stands for Representational State Transfer, and it's a set of guidelines for building applications based on the HTTP protocol. RESTful API resources can be represented by URIs or Uniform Resource Identifiers, and these resources are accessed through HTTP methods such as GET, POST, PUT, DELETE, and so on. And each resource is uniquely identified by its URI. So here's some URI examples for a book resource. The first example will retrieve all books from a database using the HTTP GET method. The second example will retrieve a book by its ID, also using the HTTP GET method. The third example will create a new book using the HTTP POST method. The fourth example will update a book by its ID using the HTTP PUT method. And the last example deletes a book by its ID using the HTTP delete method. So I mentioned earlier that a REST API is not necessarily a web service, and that brings us to comparing the REST API with a RESTful web service. So both of these follow REST principles, but the difference is that a RESTful web service is for web services specifically, while a REST API can be implemented as several things. It could be a web service, it could be a messaging protocol, or a customized protocol. So our last topic is JSON and XML. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. And both of these are data exchange formats that are used by the REST API web services to transfer resource data between web servers. So that is it for the lesson. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check out more in the playlist.